Greetings. Excuse me while I adjust this. Okay. Welcome to the flowering. This is Iyanda, and I am doing a reading today titled Trojan Horse. So basically, a few times over the last couple months, I have seen the Trojan Horse in different ways. So I've seen, hey. Over Thanksgiving, I saw a Trojan Horse sculpture in a hotel, and then recently I saw it again inside of a store, and I immediately started trying to figure out, what the Trojan Horse was saying or what that symbol is. And if we know the story of the Trojan Horse was used. It was a huge horse machine type of thing, wooden horse that was built and driven into a city, and basically there was warriors or fighters inside of it, and it was kind of like a sneak attack. So today when I was thinking about it, I realized that this could be either masked hidden blessings or masked what's the word I'm looking for? Masked motives. So hidden motives or hidden blessings or masked motives. Excuse me. So this is what we're going to do today is just try to figure out, we're going to look at kind of like what's being presented to you, or so whatever it is that's being offered to you. So whether that's a job, whether a partner is being nicer than usual, whether an ex is coming back, whether this idea that you have or that you've been given is a distraction or taking you in the right direction or not. So I hope you get the gist of what I'm trying to get at. Is this thing that's being presented to me, is this a hidden blessing, or the hidden blessings here, or their masked motives here? Okay. Thank you guys. Yes, please hit the like button, support the channel, follow, subscribe. Okay, so I'm going to get into it. I figured I'd put 3 decks out here and do 3 different scenarios, since a lot of you guys do watch live, and I love it when you guys do that. So just if one deck or another resonates more with you, then go ahead and take that deck into your mind. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with this first one here. So like I was saying, a lot of times things are offered to us, things come into our life, and we have the question of whether or not this is really the best thing for me. And not just is it good for me or bad for me, but is this what I've been waiting for, or is this a trick, or I say a trick, or is this a distraction, to get me to move away from what I'm focused on, or whatever the case may be. So for group 1, the first card that we're looking for is what is being presented to group 1. What is it that is actually being presented? What are we questioning here for group 1? It can be pretty difficult, and we can expect ourselves to be able to know automatically whether it's good or not. And sometimes we need more signs, sometimes we need a little more guidance. So hopefully we can get that today. What is being presented? What's being offered to group 1? Okay. All right. Already we got the 10 of Pentacles and the Lover's card. So this is definitely some kind of partnership or relationship. This could be very much so a family member that is being nicer than usual. So I say family member, so that could be anybody. That could be, I'm also hearing that could be a boss too. Because I'm seeing, the first thing I went to is this tower, which gave me this idea of somebody's office who's higher up than yours. So I feel like this partnership, this relationship, this connection, 10 of Pentacles typically leads me towards a family member, just because it has that generational type of energy to it. But let's see what else comes out. Okay, yeah. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, the Lovers, the King of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the Fool card. Okay. Give me a second. Let me see what this is saying to me. So in this situation, yes, a very close friend or family member here. I feel like a very close friend or family member. Um, there's something there's something here about this person um, communicating with you or coming back around to communicate with you. And it's almost like, when you're talking to a partner and you're telling them something and they seem like they get it, but then like you turn around and their actions or the way they behave afterwards says that they didn't get anything that you said. That's the energy that I'm picking up on. So this is one of those things where a person may be communicating with you that they understand what happened, and they see where they went wrong. So they may be saying all these different things to you right now, and you're trying to figure out if it's solid, if you can really depend on this. And what I get though is that this situation, this person communicating this with you sees the lightheartedness that you've picked up in life, the how light you are right now, how easygoing you are right now, and it's almost as if whatever this is something that you desired for a long time. So if this is a relationship or a healing in a certain relationship, you've wanted it for a long time. You had wishes of the Ten of Pentacles, the Lovers, with this person, okay? And this coming back around, it does just in general overview, it does feel like this could be genuine, but we're going to build up on it because I want to see next what the aim is here. But this definitely feels like a close friend, family member. It could even be a lover, like a long-time lover. I wouldn't even say that. I was getting ready to say the parent, co-parent of children, but it's not like that. It's kind of like somebody maybe you've known for a long time and maybe dated a long time ago. So not necessarily someone that you've actually thought about in a while. Okay? So here, what's being presented is some type of communication regarding a partnership, a connection. And I feel too that this has been a back and forth type of energy because the Lovers represents Gemini. So they can be a little two-sided, a little two-faced, okay? So there's definitely something here where a person is coming back around, or I'm going to say a person is coming back around, and it's a different energy than you're used to receiving from them. So now you're like in your mind, like, can I trust this? Okay. So, but what is the aim here? Like, what is the aim when it comes to this offer for group one? There's definitely an energy surrounding you being over whatever heartache or whatever hurt or disappointment did take place before. Whether there was some sense of betrayal by a family member, friends, or past lover, you've kind of gotten to this full energy where you're starting to feel like you're moving forward and you're over it a bit, and that's why you're questioning whether you should let this energy back into your space or not. The aim is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so this person may be coming through with actual truth. Like, it does feel like this could be. Yes, this person could want to share a balanced connection. They may want to acknowledge what you gave before, and in hopes that maybe you will throw them a bone and let them show you that it really is different. So this Ace of Swords and this Six of Pentacles together, yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom and the Strength card. So this lets me know that this person really has grown and really has matured, okay? They have died to certain aspects of their ego. They've put certain things down, certain behaviors that they were really, really stubborn about before. This person has definitely been illuminated in a sense about the imbalances that were present before, okay? And when I say imbalances, I also feel like that this person has received karma. This person has experienced what they have put onto you, okay? So if this was a cheater, or if this was just someone who did something behind your back and hurt you, this person has now experienced the karma. They've gotten the returns for that, and they have learned that lesson. And so what they are communicating is that I get the feeling that it's 100% authentic. What they're communicating is authentic. Now, the question is, does that mean that you have to move back into it, or, you know, start thinking about another chance, or whatever the case may be? I don't necessarily feel that, but I do feel like this person is definitely being authentic, and it took them a long time to come to this place. So it's almost like they want to come thank you, thank you for being the energy in their life that actually made them see it, I guess. Yeah, main female. This person, this person definitely values the experience that they had with you, because it made them realize these faults. It made them, I feel like these things were in their energy for a long, long time. And there's something here where they really value you. And with the main female card here, it even tells me that this person probably still sees you. They saw it then, of course, and wasn't very mature about it. Of course, they didn't handle it well. But now it's like she has a rose here in her hand. It's almost like they see you as their ideal partner, or they see your value, because the main female energy is the other person being highlighted, okay, in the situation. So even if this is a family member or a friend, it's almost like you're showing up in their environment as the catalyst for a whole lot of positive change that is taking place. Let's see what else is here for this. We're still kind of looking at what the aim is. House. Yeah. See, it goes from the main female to mature woman. And so again, and then main male at the bottom. So again, this does feel like some, I'm hearing really strongly right now that there could have been some type of, if you are a female and this is resonating, there could have been some type of betrayal from another female that is very close to you, within your family unit, even in your close friend circle, because the house, sometimes says that to me, it's something that is a part of your foundation. And this has matured this person. This whole circumstance has matured this person. And I wouldn't be surprised if this apology is coming around. And I would, of course, you're going to work with it and accept the apology and hear them out. But definitely just be mindful of your own boundaries. Just because someone apologizes doesn't mean that you have to open yourself back up to that person. And with this moon here, this person is going to come clean. I think that it will still take time for you to recover from what truth is coming forward, because I feel like some of that things you've known, it caused hurt, but maybe you don't know all of the details. And so some more might come out here. Okay. Either way, this definitely feels like you leveling up in a way, spiritually, mentally, physically, and materially even. And it could be the reason why this person is making this effort to come back around. That would make sense with the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles being here. It would make sense that when someone sees you really thriving, that they want to come make amends. This, it just happens. They want to make amends. It's like in movies where we see that the deadbeat dad and the child grows up and they're a pro athlete or something, and then here comes dad at the games and the press conferences wanting to be acknowledged. That's the kind of energy it's picking up for me. Okay, so for this group, let's look at what kind of important guidance or information our angels, ancestors, and guides have for us regarding this dynamic. So, you know, when people are coming back around, you know, they can be genuine and they can legit go ahead and put down ego. They can be very authentic. However, there could still be something behind it. You know what I mean? So that's where I kept picking up that energy of, you know, by all means forgive them, but that doesn't mean that you have to open yourself back up to like giving them access to you again, basically. Take this off the top. The unifying center and releasing bad habits. Okay. Honoring the presence of the Supreme as the unifying center in relationships fosters deep bonds with others. When we are united in that belief, problems that once seemed insurmountable become trivial. And so that's the forgiveness energy in this situation, where when you honor the fact that this was brought to you both to learn, to grow, to develop, then, you know, certain things that people do, certain things that come out, certain things that we learn and experience, they have a different effect on us because we are looking at it from the divine's perspective at that point. Now, what I will say, though, is tied with releasing bad habits. This one reads, as we become aware of the divine nature of the immortal self, we move past harmful habits that come from fear, depression, and self-doubt and rise toward fulfilling our own miraculous potential. These two together let me know that for you, the important guidance is that once, even though somebody may come and apologize, that apology is them letting it be known who they are, what they're capable of, and then it's your job to discern whether this is going to be good for you moving forward, whether this is going to hold you back, whether not what they have done, but whether this person and their energy is deserving to be in your vibe right now, like in your circle right now. So the bad habit for this group is probably forgiving people too much or being overly accessible to people who have hurt you before. Okay. Some people say that you're holding a grudge. Oh, she's holding a grudge or he's holding a grudge. No, I'm setting boundaries based on my experiences with you. Okay. And that's perfectly acceptable. And that's what we all should be aiming to do. So that definitely makes sense here. The unifying center, when you know that you're operating from your highest self, you can forgive, but you also know that I have to maintain my boundaries. Not because I'm afraid you're going to hurt me again, but because I've learned my lesson. Period. Period, poo. Okay. Any more guidance or needed information in this situation? I definitely feel like, you know, you can hold someone in your heart, you can forgive them, but you can also not allow a cycle of abuse or mistreatment to continue to play over. Again, the forgiveness card flew out. So that confirms what I was just saying. You know, forgiveness is easier when we do acknowledge the fact that these things are lined up in our lives by the divine. These experiences are not just a person being mean or a person being nasty, negative. That is who they are, but the divine also sent them into our lives for that very reason, or to teach us a very valuable lesson. And then we have anger here, and then grounding at the bottom. So I will say that, you know, whenever this comes to you, you know, trust that you have already, because you have separated yourself from the situation, because you have already healed, because you have opened yourself up to new potential in life past this experience. Know that the more you manage your emotions in this situation, the higher you're going to ascend. So the better you handle your emotions in this situation, the higher you're going to ascend. Because it feels like whatever is going to be revealed that is not already known can be a stinger. It can hit some sore spots. So just be aware of yourself and know that this is like a test. I say a test, but like it's a testing, okay, of your will to surrender to the divine and its plan for you. Okay, I felt the need to move this card back and got the reunion of souls. So reunion of souls, people often think of that as like, coming back together with a partner or whatever the case may be. And that very well may be. But ultimately, at the very core, it also talks about being true to yourself and what you've learned about yourself, being true to your own development, being true to your own path, because you know what you've experienced and you know what you've gained from these experiences. So when you connect with those ideals, you are reunited with yourself, okay? The more you honor yourself, the more put together you feel, you know what I mean? The more connected you feel, okay? So group 1, I think that's all for you. I'm going to move on to this group 2. Okay, Spirit. What is being presented to group 2? What is being questioned here with group 2? Do we have a Trojan horse? Oh, sorry. What is the Trojan horse? Do we have hidden blessings or masked motives? Okay, so there was some cards stuck together. I don't know what was on them. They get kept in a box, so I don't know what could possibly be on them. Either way, there is something where there's an attachment of sorts that's hard to break, okay? But we're going to see what this is. What's being presented to group 2? If that card shows itself again, I'm going to go ahead and pull it. Okay. What's being presented to group 2? A little bit of aggression, okay? Well, all right. Aggression. 6 of Swords. Change. And the 8 of Pentacles, or ordinariness. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, this looks like a change in direction when it comes to work or career path. It looks like something that it's been brought on by some sort of conflict, okay? I do feel like you could either be conflicted in your mind about whether it's the right way to go or not. Okay, I think that something is leading you in a direction and you feel like it's going to create conflict. I don't think it will. This definitely feels like work, okay? The 8 of Pentacles coming out does tell me that this is kind of related to something that you put physical effort into. Okay, so this is also saying too to me that maybe the work that you do now, you're more settled in and more comfortable with. It doesn't take much for you. You don't have to think much about it because it's kind of, you know how to do it. And whatever this change is, I think you might be concerned about how much work it's actually going to take to get there and how quickly you'll pick up on it, how quickly you'll get into the groove of it. I also get the message that someone may be offering you something, but it's almost like you wonder if they're just trying to, I can't find the words, but there's this movie trailer that I keep seeing, and it's a Tiffany Haddish movie with some other comedian ladies. There's a lady who is offering to invest in their company, but she also expresses that she has the intention of basically stealing their company from them. So this is something that could be concerning to you. So this is an offer of sorts, but it comes in a way that makes you question whether or not it's actually support, or if you're going to be carrying other people, or if you're going to be carrying the business, or whatever the case may be. You may also have questions of whether or not the people who are working with you currently, trying to move in this new direction, are a burden or an asset. So this is something that you are being presented with. Now, these could be thoughts that you're having about people, and this could be what's being presented. Like, these thoughts are in your mind, and the thoughts themselves are the Trojan horse. And you're wondering, am I being guided to clean up my circle? Am I being guided to, disconnect from certain energies or certain people? Or am I just being given these thoughts to derail my plans? Okay. So that could very well be just the thoughts in your mind. Yeah. But what I feel, though, is that there's definitely some... Okay, yeah. So the Eight of Cups came out. So there's definitely some guidance here for you to look at who you're carrying forward or what you're carrying forward. So far, I'm already picking up on energy that this offer, this promotion, this contract, or whatever the case may be, it may be something about your ideas, and someone wants to capitalize on those ideas, okay? And this could be good or bad, but you have to know how to protect yourself in those kinds of situations, because you're showing up as the Queen of Wands, which here is very creative. It's like full of creative potential, full of vivacious energy, full of just beauty and just like really creativity. Like you had like your idea machine. Either you are very musically inclined, or you just know how to make things work, period. You just know what to do to make things work. And so this could be something that is valued, of course, in your environment. But I think your concern is whether or not it's being taken advantage of. Okay. Now, what's the aim, though? What is the true aim in the situation? So, because we know what you may be thinking or feeling about it, but what is the true aim? Inner voice, trust, creativity, adventure, Nine of Cups, Ten of Swords. Okay, so you've already developed this discernment, this sense of knowing about things. So even other people's agenda, this person's agenda is, I think you're kind of spot on with it, but I don't think it's as maleficent as you are seeing it. I definitely feel like whoever's making this offer to you, or whatever entity or company is making this offer to you, is making a legit offer. It can definitely take you places, but they will definitely benefit from it as well. So it's for you to ask yourself if I guess it's for you to ask yourself if it makes you happy, if what is being offered actually makes you happy. Because if it makes you happy, then it doesn't matter how the other people benefit from it. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. It's like you can't play me. Like you didn't play me if I did it because I wanted to do it type of energy. Or if it made me happy, then you didn't play me type of God. That's the energy that I'm picking up on. So you may definitely be picking up on some type of, on the vibe that it's going to benefit the company or the organization or this other person. And they do have that motive when offering this to you. But I feel like it's equally beneficial for you, and as long as you manage it properly, okay? You manage it properly. The transformation card is at the bottom, the control card is at the bottom, and beyond delusion is there. And so what that's telling me is that since you have this inner knowing, the inner knowing is given to you so that you can navigate it in a way that best suits you, so that you can navigate it in a way that you don't lose out, okay? That you get all out of it that is intended for you to get out of it. Let's continue to look at the aim here. Is this, yeah, distant horizon. This could be a move. Somebody could be offering for you to move somewhere. Take a position at another location, a branch, or they could be asking you to travel with them and assist them with something. I don't know. Let's see what else comes out. But yeah, it just looks like Yeah, it looks like that there's a shared agenda that you have with this person, and it's kind of it's actually a soul mission I pick up. It's like it's definitely a partnership. Yeah, courtship. It's definitely a partnership or connection that is guided by the universe, and I feel like it's like divine for you two to do this thing together. And if you are being offered an opportunity to travel, move, relocate is what I'm getting at, then it's actually a really good fit for you. It's actually a really, really good fit for you. And I think that it's gonna offer a little more leisure. Excuse me. I think you're seeing it take on this side here. There's a more leisure energy, and over here there's a more like effort filled energy. But either way, I think that you're gonna find some type of balance there with whatever this offer is. Um, this could be something about like some type of journalism, blogging, documenting something, as like somebody traveling and documenting things. I'm also picking up like assistant, be my assistant type of energy, which you have to decide for yourself is a good thing or a bad thing. But it's like, be my assistant. Then you being their assistant offers you certain exposure, experience, connection, and things like that. So if you get the feeling that it benefits you and provides you with a sense of freedom, with expansion of your own desires, your own goals, then you go ahead and take that leap there. You go ahead and take that leap. I like that. And also, if you get the feeling this person really just enjoys your input and your in your company, like your company, your input, the energy that you bring, period. So you have to acknowledge that that's valuable to people, and just be okay with the fact that that is valuable to people. People want to have you around. So trouble, strife, conflict, and valuable gift. That's two eights there. I do feel like, you are worried that it's going to cause a lot of conflict. Maybe the person that's offering it to you, maybe you've already had conflict with them before, or maybe taking it will create a sense of imbalance in your life for a while. Maybe you have to walk away from something, and maybe you have to walk away from a relationship, or move away from family, or whatever the case may be. But I do feel like it's going to be a great move for you when it comes to building your material wealth. With two eights popping out like that, paternal authority. Yeah. See, I think you moving away from family, like family is going to be disappointed. But that's okay though, because, the gift is that you are moving forward and you are building, and because this one fell here, you know that you're moving along on your path. You know that you're trusting that you are being guided towards your own purpose. Not even just your own purpose, but just like the unfolding of your awesomeness, your greatness in the world. What's this? There you go. Business, financial acumen, right there with valuable gift. And plans of surprise at the bottom. So I would say that for this one, the aim, this offer is an offer that you can count on being great for you when it comes to career, when it comes to you really aligning with your purpose, and with you building whatever it is that you seek to build when it comes to your professional life. There are some people that you're going to let down by making this move, but ultimately the challenge is for you to make the decision for you. Okay. And I think anybody who falls away at this time, just pay attention to the idea that, not everybody, I feel like I want to get one more card for this strife card and trouble card. So not everybody can understand your purpose when it's being revealed to you. And ultimately, when we're stepping into purpose, there's always a lot of outside influences that can, because they don't understand it or they don't see it. It's like the vision was given to you. You know, the vision, the opportunity was given to you for you to take, and it's not necessarily always going to be understood or accepted by the people around you. Typically, until it starts to unfold and pay off for you, that's when everybody will see it. But and then they'll come to terms. It's kind of picking up on that energy from before, but it's like, you know, it's meant for you to see, for you to have faith in, for you to follow, and then others will see it in the long run. Okay. So what important guidance or needed information for this one? The supreme goal. The Bhakti path teaches us that both the goal and the means to attain it are the same. The goal is to love. The means to attain it are to serve the supreme and others in love. So ultimately here, okay, whatever this purpose is, okay, first of all, show compassion to the people around you, because it's not like they are coming up against you just because they don't want you to be great. In this situation, it's that they genuinely don't see and understand what your higher self or what God is calling you for right now. Okay, so that's the first thing I feel. But also, it says the goal and the means to attain it are the same. So whatever path you're on right now, if it seems too easy, if it seems too good to be true, it's like that's because it's aligning with the ultimate goal. If you've been asking for an easier life, if you've been asking for a more free energy around you when it comes to work and career, then this path to it may seem like it just came out of nowhere, because the means to attain it are the same as the goal. Okay? That makes sense. The means to attain it are to serve the supreme and others with love. So here it's 100% honoring your higher self, honoring the direction you've been taken in, and trusting it, because trust was in the middle here. And honestly, this feels like by trusting, you really do say, my goals, my ambitions are important to me, and I love myself enough to follow them despite what else may be going on around me, despite what my mind may try to tell me about the situation. Okay, the mind tells us a lot, but the inner self and the higher self will guide us correctly every time, because it's connected with God. It's connected with source. Okay, living consciously. Many people go through life solely on the shores of life and death, building castles of worldly accomplishments in the sand of material existence. But at the dusk of life, the rising ocean of time will wash away everything for a truly lasting legacy. Live a life grounded in mindful intention and love. So this is a message for you as you go forward. If you take it upon yourself and you decide to go ahead and follow this path or take this offer, it's telling you that there's a need, because this may be a speedy progression, okay, from where you are now to being in the midst of all your dreams coming true. This could definitely be a speedy progression. So what it's telling you is to remain grounded, to keep your intentions pure, and to always just keep that center, that loving center, not just when it comes to other people, but also when it comes to honoring your goals. This can make sense for people like who get, I don't know, like record deals or sign multi-million-dollar contracts and have investment opportunities, you know, somebody coming in and supporting them. This can come into play here, because it's easy for us to get distracted once things really start going well for us, and we forget the calling that is on us, the reason we're being put into certain places, into certain environments, into certain groups of people. Okay, so a lot of like musicians and things like that, they take their, you know, they don't tell us their whole stories, but you can hear it in their music that they take it seriously, that they were put in a place to minister to people via music. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind, like being conscious of your goal, being conscious of who you associate yourself with, being conscious of how you express yourself, and making sure that it's always coming from your highest. Okay, that's something here is definitely leading you to a place where you're likely going to be where you're likely going to be communicating in some way, creating some type of content or something like that for other people to take in, okay? And I think it's being highlighted, teaching. Look at that. Teaching came out, which makes so much sense because this, and then sexual energy here, which always ties back to creative energy for me, and it's a 7. So it's highly spiritual, highly intellectual energy that you're sharing. So there's something about what you know, what you can do, what you can create that you're about to put out into the world. And the universe is saying to be conscious of the roots of that. Be conscious of what we took you through to get you here, and remember, just remember what your purpose is as you are enjoying this new place. Another 7, reunion of souls, okay? Just remember what we put you here for, okay? Remember why you're in this place, why we've lifted you up, okay? I love that. That's beautiful. Anything else? Anything else for this group? Okay. And transformation. Boom. Right. I did say it's all good being at the bottom. I did say that this could be pretty speedy. So I feel like if you decide to take this offer here for group 2, don't be surprised if it moves quickly. Also, if it comes out of nowhere, I know that can be frightening. Just trust it. Trust it. Because I don't get the feeling that you doubt the offer or doubt your worthiness for it. I just get the feeling that you don't know if it's legit or not. And I feel like it's legit. And I think your concerns are also legit. But jump. This is a time to jump. This change, this wheel, I like this wheel here because you can see the motion. You know it's moving quickly, okay? The traditional one, it's there, but you don't necessarily see the movement. This one, you see the movement. So I feel like there is an energy of rapid development, okay, with group 2. So trust where it's taking you. Okay, for group 3, if you were drawn to group 3, this is your message. What is being presented, universe? What is being presented to this group that has them questioning whether it's a blessing or whether it's coming with hidden motives? What is being presented to group 3 here? What is being presented to group 3? Okay, the devil. The 2 of Wands. What else? The Page of Cups, Princess of Cups. The 9 of Wands. Okay. So far it's reading to me like what's being fear. Fear is coming up. Fear is creeping up. Doubt is creeping up. Okay. There's a path in front of you. Fear is creeping up. And I think that, there may be something that you're watching. Maybe, oh my gosh, maybe you're watching too many tarot videos because there's something here that's planting fear for you, okay, about opening up to a new path, okay? There's resistance. There's fear about something. And, you know, it's not always an outside energy or person that is presenting something to us. Sometimes it's us presenting something to ourselves, and then we have to ask if that's real or not. Yeah, the Magician. This is what I'm gonna say. There's some type of doubt or fear that you're carrying about a certain manifestation, okay? And I know that that's general because that's why you're here asking me about it, but we're gonna try to see if we can get more information about what exactly this is. I feel like, yeah, I feel like you don't have to tell, like, I feel like you don't have to, there's not even a real need to like know exactly what this is, because I feel like it's going to resonate. But there's something here about an ending, a new beginning, like the question of, is it finally over? Is this really over? Am I really in this new cycle? Can I really move on from this thing? That's the energy I'm picking up right here. Can you give me more about what this is that's being presented to group 3? Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something that's been definitely, like, has this battle really been won? Can I believe, is this really done? And I feel like Two of Pentacles. So there's a lot of this energy of deciding whether we're going to move forward, whether we are really moving forward, or whether we're going backwards. That's a question that you must be asking yourself, because there it is. This person has like taken his own head off. So there's something here about overthinking. Also he's losing coins from his pouch. So I also feel like this is something like something that maybe you've poured a lot of money into, and maybe you finally got an outcome, or maybe you finally got some type of decision was made, and you're wondering if this is I keep saying, like, if this is the end, if you can finally move on. This is way different from the others here, because it's not presenting a specific situation. I think this is mostly within you, your outside environment. There's something has changed, or something has come to an end. And this is something you struggled with sometime, a long time now. You want to know that it's done. Let me see if I can get any more about what this might be. 5 of Cups. Yes, I'm telling you, this is something that's been going on forever. Going on forever. With the 5 of Cups here, lets me know that, you know, you've seen many losses in this, like, you know, many losses, many of heartbreak, with the 3 of Swords coming out with the 5 of Cups. Definitely things hadn't worked out for so long that you can't believe that this might actually have worked out now. This could be some kind of legal thing, but I don't know if for sure to be a legal thing. I just feel like it's some type of, it may just even be part of your healing journey. Is this over? Can I finally move on from this thing that I've been hurting over for so long? In this card, the dark and the light are fighting. So depression, you know, you could even be dealing with depression and just also, this person, even though the 3 of Swords is not typically a court or a decision card, this person is directing this fight. So there's something here about someone delegating, or not delegating, but someone making a decision that ends a battle between 2 people. But I also feel, just in general, there's people over here fighting as well in the 5 of Cups. So I think that you really want to put an end to this. I think you've been wanting to put an end to whatever this is. And I keep picking up energy of depression, energy of disappointment, energy of doubt, okay? That's what I keep getting. So what's being offered to you probably is a new beginning, and you're wondering if it's valid, okay? So what I am getting though too is that the 4 of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. So you could be pursuing counseling, wondering if it's really going to help, you know, trying meditation for the first time, or any of these other things that could help heal your mind, bring more balance and peace to your spirit. And I think that, I mean, you may still have questions about whether it's really helping or not. And I feel like it's like Am I deluding myself? Am I really happy? Am I really, there's like all these questions within yourself. So it's not a situation from outward is what I'm picking up. The Queen of Wands came out too. Yeah, and the Queen of Wands gives me Phoenix energy. So it's like, finally rising up out of the ashes, and realizing that you can now fly, that you're finally free from that fire, that you're finally out of the lion's den, if I must say. Wow, okay. So, it's weird to ask what the motive is, but this, honestly, I'll just go ahead and ask, is this a blessing? Is it true that you're finally over it? Or is this a hidden motive? Like, is this deceit to keep you from better, to keep you from continuing that work on yourself that's actually needed? Sometimes, things will happen, or people will come around, or energies within us will convince us that we've dealt with something just so that we'll stop working on it. You know what I mean? Just so we'll stop working on it and we'll focus elsewhere. And then that very same thing that we thought was handled will creep right back up. And so I think that you must be on the brink of closing out some type of cycle, of healing some type of pain, of breaking some type of, unhealthy conditioning. You may be just on the brink of it. And the little work that's left to do, maybe you're feeling a little distracted. Maybe you're feeling like, oh, I'm already better. Maybe you're wanting to quit counseling. Maybe you're wanting to move past certain things, and maybe it's just not time yet. So, okay. So you may feel like you're being deceived, or you may even be having that question of, well, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say, because it's coming kind of jumbled up. But it does feel like there's some question about, am I really healed or not? Now, right at the end of our healing, or right when we feel like we're getting the hang of something, things will try to come in and distract us so that that's left undone. Ten of Swords, right. Ten of Swords. But this lets me know that it's truly over, okay? It lets me know that it's truly over. And I'm also seeing very clearly here that ego is losing here. Ego is losing here. And ego is what will try to convince you that you already fixed it all. Judgment. Boom. Very much so. Ego will try to tell you, oh, you're perfect. You're better. You're better now. Move on. No worries. And that's sometimes an illusion or a delusion that we carry, especially big in the spiritual community, because it will take us to a place of, we'll just start taking on namaste energy in our minds. We'll be living it so, trying to live it so true, live up to that so truly, that we'll be ignoring things that are happening right in front of us or happening right inside of us, because we're just trying to stay in namaste energy. And that energy is not, I say namaste, but I'm saying that with air quotes so that y'all, I hope y'all can get what I'm saying. Basically, we're trying to stay peaceful and happy and everything like that. But then there's things that are going on that are not being taken care of. So, but for this group, I feel like you are very much aware. And I think that as long as you don't allow, the remaining aspects to derail you or to stop you, because just because you're not fully healed, doesn't mean that you're not there, that you're not doing what you're supposed to do, because you're feeling better. So that's indication that you have been doing the work, that you have been progressing. Okay. With the Ten of Swords here, there's the end of heartbreak. This sword that's been a dagger in your heart, this wound, it's the sword is broken now. The sword is done now. So this cannot hurt you anymore. I think I can confirm for you that you are healing. You are very much at the brink of closing this up. With the Judgment card here, it says the same thing. You are ascending. You are channeling your higher guidance. You are truly in alignment with the future that's presenting itself to you. And the Two of Cups. So you have 2, 2, 2. You have the twos here in this. So I do feel like too, the question of very much, am I ready for relationships? That's the question that just came up. Am I ready for a new relationship? And I think yes. Yes, do not discount yourself. Do not discount the work that you've done. You are ready. I posted something the other day. I shared the meme, actually. It said, it's not a matter of how healed you are that determines whether you're deserving of love. You know, no matter where you are, you're just still deserving of love. You're still deserving of good things, no matter where you are in your journey, okay? So, okay. The aim here is to go ahead and close this out. And I think that there's a certain level of distraction, fear, doubt that's coming up. But as long as you continue to push forward, acknowledge the things that you've been through and allow them to play their part. I say allow them to play their part, but acknowledge the part that they've played. Now that you're here, you'll start to see little things come back around to you to show you that you have healed, that you have overcome certain things. Like, they'll come back as challenges, but they won't feel as great because you've already transcended them in a sense. The Joker being here does too. Also, the Jester lets me know that there's tricks being played on your mind. This could be from outside forces, but this could also just be from internal. You know, after we've been dealing with a certain thing for so long, it's hard to believe that it's really over. So tricks of the mind are big for this group. This is not outside influences. This is not offers from other people. This is not any of that. This is definitely your mind and your spirit. This is your ego really trying to derail you. Distant horizons. The aim here. Yeah, okay, so the word that just came up with this is tethered, okay? You know, the ego would have you remain tethered, remain chained to all of these past experiences, all this lower vibrational energy, and I think you're definitely transcending it. Okay, pathway, right? You're being given another pathway. The Two of Wands was down there, and then the false person energy is right there, which lets me know definitely that your ego something is playing games with you. Something is definitely trying to convince you that you're not ready for something, trying to get you to go backwards instead of forward, okay? Trying to convince you that you're going backwards instead of forwards, and I don't think you are. False person went ahead and came out, and that makes sense. So I'm going to share this with group 3 because it's relevant. You know, over the last few months, I've been having a lot of people show up from about a year and a half, 2 years ago when I was homeless. And I've started seeing these people that I spent time with at the shelter, and just people that I would run into when I was just out and about during the day because I didn't have anything else to be doing. I've been running back into these people. And I literally had a conversation with my 12-year-old saying, you know, I wonder if this means that I'm closing out a cycle and that something good is about to happen, or that I'm repeating a cycle and I should get ready for more drama. So ultimately, I feel like that's the same energy that's presenting itself here. And I think that the message from the divine is saying that there may have, I'm hearing, okay, so maybe this is for me, but I'm going to share with you guys too since it came up. There may have been people that you didn't close out stuff with, and not in a negative way. More like just people you were supposed to share experiences with, and because you were knee deep in the thick of whatever it was you were dealing with at the time when they came around, you couldn't see that there was something for you to experience with them. So now they're back around for you to go ahead and have that experience. I don't think that they're negative experiences. Just a way for me specifically, these people have been expressing to me how much I helped them during that time, even though I didn't have nothing to give them really. I was just doing what I could, okay? So don't be tricked into believing you haven't made the progress that you've made, okay? Don't be tricked out of accepting that blessings are really, really right here in front of you, that you're closing things out. So what important guidance and needed information do we have for this group? What important guidance? Walking a spiritual path. What does it mean to walk a spiritual path? Simply put, it means to offer loving service to the Supreme in all that we do and to care for others with patience, tolerance, and humility. Okay, so this is 100% speaking to me. So I'm gonna convey it to you guys, or speak it to you guys the way it's coming off to me. So, all the good that has been done during this time of your healing, your ascension, this is also confirmation that you have ascended, that you have graduated, that you are definitely moving on to the next chapter, okay? This is confirmation here. But I also feel that there's, if people are coming back around, if situations seem to be repeating, I think that it's meant to prove to you that you have overcome, that you have grown above certain aspects of self, your lower self, okay? The devil was the first energy that came out over here, okay? But it's like, if we were doing it past, present, future, this continued to build up to positive, creative, expansive energy. So with walking a spiritual path, for me on my end, it's definitely saying that all the love, all the support, all the, just the small, even the small gestures that have been put out, trust that you were walking in the path. You were doing just as you were meant to be doing that whole time. Okay, that was a very specific message, but as you move forward, all the healing that you've done within yourself, even this period where you're overcoming the doubt, the fear, the anxiety of actually being done with the difficult parts, those difficult parts. It was teaching you, it's teaching you tolerance, humility, surrender. Okay, this is all things that's going to be shared as you move forward, because now you've gone through it. It's like going through the fire, because remember I said the Queen of Wands is like Phoenix energy. So it's like you've been rebirthed. You've come out of the flames, and now you get to help other people as they come out as well. And this doesn't have to be some grand thing that you do. You'll just know when people are around you and need your support and guidance. Okay, what's this one? Love people and use things. In today's world, we're often encouraged to love things and use people. Be a nonconformist. Embrace the evolved spiritual culture of loving people and using things to facilitate that love. This makes sense. Remember, the Two of Cups was the last card that came out, and it really iterated relationship energy. Am I ready for relationships? Am I ready to go out and share? Is my cup full enough to share with other people now? Yes, it is. Okay, and so as you do that, remember, you will be elevated in a way. Your material concerns will always be met, or will always be taken care of. And so in that energy of knowing that, just remember that things are to be used to facilitate love. When you have the extra money, you can buy someone lunch. When you have extra space in your house, you might be able to house somebody during harsh weather. Things like that. Just keep in mind that people are to get the love, okay, that you have developed and cultivated over the years. Humanity. I just heard that word, humanity. Personal growth. Planetary stewards. Many troubles facing the world are due to a crisis of the human spirit. Wow, I was just talking about humanity. Take responsibility as a caretaker of the planet by living a spiritual life grounded in kindness and gratitude. So all of the things that you have traveled through, all the things that are so hard to realize are actually kind of like falling away from you, that your experiences are changing over to more positive experiences now. Now take all of that and move forward, showing compassion to others who may be in those situations, showing compassion to those people who may even, forgiveness is popping out, feminine energy. Okay. Show compassion. Basically open your heart, be Christ, accept the level. You've walked into Christ consciousness now. You've gone through the crucifixion. You've gone through the rising up above, and now you're returning, quote unquote, to mankind to offer that love to other people, to be a steward of souls, okay? And also I'm getting a very good message of just being there for people when they need it, because ultimately a lot of us just find ourselves in position for people when they need it. So let's see what other important guidance or needed information is here for you. I feel like I didn't. That's okay. New day, past, present, future. This is definitely resonant of what we've already been talking about. So automatically, new day is an 11. You had all the 2s there in the reading, letting me know that there's definitely a path opening up, that there's definitely doors opening right now for you to step into something new. The dragonfly also represents like rebirth, newness, okay? Spring energy here. And then the past, present, future energy is letting me know that you're now integrating all of these experiences. All of what has happened is being taken into the future with you, to create, to heal, to nurture, to build foundations for others. Okay, so with the new day, with past, present, future, and I feel like I want one more. There's just this energy of yes. Don't let your mind think that you're going backwards. Don't let your ego convince you that, you know, you're just always going to be in the same place that I feel like that you probably haven't really been in for a while. Like you haven't been where you thought you were for a while. I hope that makes sense. What's a better way to say it, Spirit? Okay, stripping illusions. You didn't see how far you were actually going. You didn't see how much growth was actually taking place, and that's why it's a little difficult for you to accept that things are over. I say the hard part is over, but you know difficulties come throughout life. But whatever this hard period or this difficult period is, the reason it's hard for you to accept that it's over is because you've been cloaked. You've been cloaked by ego, the ego convincing you that this is the same thing that you went through last year. This is the same thing that this person did. This is the same thing that happened last time. So that's kind of the illusion that you've been playing with here. And now, you know, the new day is here, and I feel like you can move forward and not let ego control in this situation anymore. I think I didn't pull these cards. I'm going to pull them now and see what comes up. We were using this with what's the aim? Gifts, affluence, and peace of mind. Yeah, I feel like, you know, you're going to move through, and the gifts with seeing all these experiences as gifts, seeing all these things as something now that you have to offer others, loving partnership, trouble, strife, and conflict. That's that in your mind, 8 of Swords kind of energy of you convincing yourself that you can have this thing. This loving partnership is definitely here. I feel like it's not even just a relationship, but it could just be a renewed passion for something that, you know, just like a renewed passion, or you finding a calling, you finding something that you're passionate about. What does it even say? Passion for work. Okay. So now you're finding your voice and where it's, you know, and its place in society, who it's going to help, that kind of thing. Yeah. Deep abiding love connection. So I do feel like there's definitely all of this that you've come through. It was kind of like the embryo. You're coming out of it now, like I said, with the Queen of Wands, and you're being shown that now you're in a position. I think the last group had the teaching energy there, but I also feel like even not as a teacher, but just as a, you know, your experiences are what are uplifting you, what are putting you in a position to help and heal others. Yeah, but you're uncertain, you're stressed about it, and I think that it's just because it's been the same way for a long time. Okay, group 3, you took me there. Yeah, okay. So now I think that it's time for you to go share these experiences, and not everybody is going to share their experiences on a social media platform. Not everybody is going to become a public speaker or, go into holistic healing. Not everybody's going to do that. Some people are just going to go live their life freely. And the people that they come in contact with, they're going to experience them and allow themselves to be experienced by those people. And that's what your healing work is going to be, period. So if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe and turn on the notification button. And if you are returning, thank you so much. Thank you so much to those who are moderating. I'm so grateful. And I look forward to having you guys back soon. Bye.